Yes, hello, and welcome to our next installment in our series of programs dedicated to playing card games, Solitaire. Got a fun one for you today. Really simple setup, lots of fun, has a very simple name, one syllable. It's called Gate. Really like it. You will recreate the look of gateposts. You will create a door. One is your reserve, one is your tableau. You will find ace foundations and build them up to king. What do you say we give it a try? Okay, well, let's get a quick reminder of our pack of cards here before we start our game. This is a one-pack game, and as you know, that one pack includes 52 cards. There are two colors within the pack, red and black. There are four suits within the pack of cards, and of course, each suit has 13 ranks that range from ace through king. Now, go ahead and grab that pack and give it a good shuffle. I'm using the riffle technique here, and we always recommend that you go ahead and shuffle those 7 times to achieve your maximum randomness. It's been proven that 7 shuffles gets the job done to have the most randomized pack to begin the game. So let's look at the layout of the game called Gate. Now start off with a nice clean surface here, and we're basically going to create a gate. So first start off with 2 columns, 5 cards apiece. These 10 cards will act as your reserves, and do you see how we're sort of forming the gates, the gate posts, if you will. Now in between those 2 posts, you're going to deal out 4 cards in 2 rows. There's one, and then one above. That will form an 8-card tableau, sort of like the door of the gate, if you will. Now on those tableau cards, your job, very similar to Klondike, is to go ahead and build down in opposing colors, red on black, black on red, and so forth. Now, during the course of play, you will reveal aces, and once you do, put them up top to kind of build the top of that gate door. And your job on those ace foundations is to build up in suit all the way to king, and do that 4 times. The remaining cards you'll hold in your hand, and that is what we call the stockpile. You'll deal them off one at a time as we get into it. So, what do you say we give Gate a try? It's a really fun game. So here I am with my surface ready to go. I've got a couple of marks up there, as you can see, to keep me in frame. I'm going to deal out a 5-card post. I'm going to deal off another 5-card post on opposite sides, making my 10-card reserve. Those are my gate posts. Kind of fun. And then in between, we're going to deal off 2 rows of 4 cards, and that will be our 8-card tableau. And you remember the rules on the tableau is to create runs and build down in opposing colors. Those are your gate rails, kind of like the door of the gate, and then hopefully we'll find some aces and build the top of that door. Now those tableau cards, as you know, we have to build down in opposing colors, form some runs. Now empty spots, you replenish them from cards in your reserve. So those reserve cards are really your on-deck cards. So you'll see how this moves in a minute. What should we do first? What's a good opening move? Well, first, let's get that ace up to that foundation where it belongs, and we'll set that up. Now, what's a good next move? Now, remember, on the tableau, I should say on the ace foundations, your job is to build up in suit. So we're going to look for a 2 of spades to go on that ace of spades above. Okay, let's return to the game. Now then, here's another ace that we can pull from our reserve, place that up top to form our next foundation, and again, we'll look for cards to play on top of that. Now you've got some empty tableau positions, so we're going to have to replenish those, and they come directly from the reserve. Okay, we took that 8 to replenish that empty tableau position, and I like that 8 because it's going to give us some moves. Now remember, our job on the tableau is to build down in opposing colors, very similar to Klondike. So let's go back to the game here. What move can we make based on that? Well, that black 7 is the perfect candidate to go on that red 8. Now we've got an empty reserve. What next? Well, that's where the stock comes into play. So the cards in your hand, that's your stockpile. Pull cards from stock, put them back into your reserve, and again, those 10 reserve cards are kind of your on-deck position for tableau. Now, how about this black 5? What can you do with that black 5? Well, it goes great on that red 6. I like that, and it opens up a position on our tableau. Now, what's a good move here to replenish it? Choose something that'll give you some other moves. How about that black 7? Could the black 7 help us? What I like about that is that then we can pick up that red 6 run. I know it's only 2 cards. It's not a super big run yet, but we can pick it up and we can place it right on that 7. Now we've got an empty reserve position that comes from your stockpile, And then what about the empty tableau? That needs to come from your reserve, those kind of gate posts. So what's a good move for us? What's a good card to grab? Now looking back, I probably should have grabbed that black 8 first, but we'll correct that momentarily. So the red 7 goes up, follow with a black 6, and then what can go next? Well, let's grab that 5. So those tableau cards, as you're noticing, can build on each other. We can organize them to get them into runs that are then portable. So let's grab that black 10 from our reserve, place it on the red jack, and you can start to see we're organizing and gathering. Now that empty tableau position, let's grab that red king from our reserve to fill that spot. I really like that move because then we can grab the black queen, place it on top of the red king, and then maybe we can grab a red jack run and place it right on top. So we've got a nice small run starting in our tableau that will help us later. Now we've got some empty positions here. Let's get those replenished. So we're going to look to our reserve to fill that tableau spot, like that black 8, and then we can right away grab that red 7 run, if I can just get my hands around it. I must need longer fingernails, and place it right on top of that black 8 there. Okay, so we've got some empty gaps here. Let's see if we can fill some things in. But first, that black 10 can go right on top of that red jack. We are further building our tableau. Now we'll go to our stockpile and we'll replenish those, reserve those kind of gate posts, those vertical elements that we use as our on-deck cards for our tableau. We'll deal out those cards and then we'll take a scan here. What's best? Well, that empty tableau position, as you remember, can only be filled from the reserve. So let's grab that black 8. We'll place it on the tableau position, and I love following it up with a red 7. Any black 6s out there? Maybe not yet. Let's replenish our reserve posts there. Now, how about that heart foundation? What can we do there? What do you say we grab that 2 of hearts? Because remember, those aces build up in suit, and we can maybe follow with that 3 of hearts. I see another 4 is waiting for us too here. So we've got plenty of activity here. Let's replenish those reserve positions there. We've kind of completed our full tableau, including our reserve. How about that red 7? How about that black 5? What can we do here? Well, maybe that 4 can better go on the black 5 so that we can then pull the 3 into the mix. Get that 3 placed on the tableau, follow it up with the red 2, and now we've got some empty positions in our reserve that we can pull from our stockpile. Always try to get these cards in play, get those runs built, get them as large as possible so that we can get cards out of our hand and onto the table. Now that black 4 can go nicely on the red 5. We'll replenish. Oh, but look, that 2 can go right up to the ace foundation. That spade foundation, that's a good move for us. That red 9 can go on top of the black 10. And here comes a king. So we've now replenished our reserve posts. Got those 10 cards ready. What about that black jack? Place it on top of the red queen. I like that. We can follow it up with that red 10, and then we can replenish our positions here. But I like that ace. That ace only has 1 place to go. Let's pick that up instead of our 3rd ace foundation. We'll just go ahead and put that 2 of diamonds right on there and follow it up with the 3 of diamonds. So those 3 foundations are starting to grow, which is encouraging. So let's have a look here. What about that black 7 run? What can we do there? Well, we can put a 6 on it, that's for sure. We can start to build that 7 run. Here comes the 5. Let's follow it up with a red 4, and here comes the black 3. Got a nice run there. We'll replenish those reserve positions, deal those cards out. Now we've got some options. Let's look things over here. Well, let's get that 4th foundation set up. Here comes the club foundation. We're set there, and the 2 can follow right behind. So I know we've got some options for us here. We're going to get through the stockpile yet. I can tell. So here comes the 3 of clubs to build on that foundation. And then what about other ones? What about that 3? What I like now is that all of our foundations have gotten to the 3 level, which is good progress. Let's replenish that reserve position with that black king. We're going to go ahead and move that 4 of diamonds up to the foundation. We're going to do the same with the 4 of spades. Anything else? Well, let's do the same with the 4 of hearts. I like that. Don't see the 4 of clubs just yet. To follow along, we're going to have to reveal that card. But in the meantime, let's put the 5 up there. And then when we can follow it up with the 5 of hearts as well. We're going to have to replenish that empty tableau position here. But in the meantime, let's get that 5 of spades up there. Yeah, we're making good progress on that on all those foundations. But what about that empty tableau? Remember, not from the stockpile, it has to come from reserve. Let's grab that black king, which will then give us an opportunity to put the red queen on top and the black jack to follow. And what about that nice red 10? Boy, we can continue the fun here and continue on with that black 9 and the red 8. We're really organizing some nice runs here. Let's replenish our... oh, we're out of cards. This is good. So all of our cards from our stock are now in play, which is excellent. Here comes that sneaky 4 of clubs we've been looking for. We can follow that up with the 5 of clubs. And I like that all of our foundations are now at the 5. So let's go ahead and pick up the pace a little bit, because I think you're seeing what I'm seeing. All the cards are in play. All the cards are organized. We can go ahead and just start doing the fun part of the game, where we just graduate all these cards from tableau, from our reserve, and build them onto those 4 foundations. And you know where we're headed. Now is the fun part. We'll just continue to pick up pace a little bit here and get all these cards graduated. This is the part where I really enjoy. All the jacks will follow up with all the queens, all the kings, and lo and behold, we have won the game of Game. Boy, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? It's a great exercise. It's a super fun way to work through the cards and get your runs built. It really is an enjoyable game. I really recommend that you play it. So wanted to say thanks for joining me. Remember, you're never alone if you've got a pack of cards to play Solitaire. So thanks again for joining us, and be sure to join us again next time.